F1 decided to join the silly season market with the announcement of two-time world champion Fernando Alonso announcing he will leave Alpine at the end of 2022 to head over to Aston Martin and team up with Lance Stroll in 2023. This makes no sense at the beginning. When I first heard this, I thought, why? Why would you go to a team? Alpine is currently 4th in the constructors to Aston Martin, which is 9th in constructor standings out of 10 teams in the F1 grid of 2022. Why would you make this decision? Well, there are some factors. Number one is pay. I'm pretty sure more than likely Alonso and Alpine couldn't come to an agreement because of salary. I'm pretty sure that was the main reason for the departure. Alonso, being a two-time world champion, probably felt like he deserved to be paid more. And when Alpine wasn't willing to give him that raise, he decided to leave. Remember, Alpine didn't leave Alonso. Alonso left the team. Alpine wanted to keep Alonso for 2023. So the fact that Alonso left tells me that there was something in the contract for an extension that he didn't like. Another reason is for his longevity in F1. Alpine has a situation where you have 3 drivers vying for 2 spots. Esteban Ocon, or likely will get an extension, Fernando Alonso, and their reserve driver, F3 world champion, Formula Renault world champion, and F2 world champion, and Oscar Piastri, who has been waiting for an opportunity to get an F1 seat for quite some time now. Yes, you're going to be losing a double world champion in Alonso, but you're going to be getting a very young and energetic rookie at the helms to take over that ride. That will not only bring in a lot of talent, but also cost you a lot less money. And with Alonso going to Aston Martin doesn't have a junior program like Mercedes, Red Bull, or like what Alpine does. They don't have that. So if Alonso were to go to Aston Martin, he basically doesn't have anyone waiting in the wings to replace him, especially considering how bad Aston Martin has been this year. I'm pretty sure no one wanted to take over that spot unless they desperately had no other choice. Alonso went over there because he knew if he went to Aston Martin, he's going to get a longer career in F1, and with Lawrence Stroll at the helm, would probably get what he was asking for in terms of salary. And I think maybe just because Alonso felt like he was disappointed at Alpine. Remember, this is a situation kind of similar to Daniel Ricciardo a couple years ago, where he went to his team expecting to be contending for wins and compete for championships. The team wasn't providing that. And when Ricciardo was offered a look at what the future looked like, he wasn't impressed by it and dipped. Same thing looks like to be happening with Alonso. Alonso came into Alpine expecting the car to be at least a team to be able to perform to a level where they can contend for wins and championships. Weren't able to do that, so he's dipping. And I think for Aston Martin, it's obvious you would go for a driver like Alonso. With a driver like Sebastian Vettel, a 4-time world champion, leaving your team, is basically you're just replacing one top-notch veteran driver with another. Alonso, clearly, we know he's clearly capable of still performing at a top level. Having him as part of your team would really only do good things. At least on paper, it would do just good things. Alonso brings in a wealth of knowledge and experience in order to win in F1 and help bring a team back up to the top. And maybe him going to Aston Martin as a fresh change of pace seems like something that he is excited for and wanted to tackle on in 2023. So now we know more than likely with this announcement, Oscar Piastri will more than likely replace Alonso at Alpine in 2023. The question is now, what happens to that second Williams seat? Because it was reported that Piastri would take over Nicholas Latifi, who has underperformed greatly this season. Well, now with Piastri more likely going to Alpine, who fills in that spot? I look at Logan Sargeant. Logan Sargeant has been not too shabby in F2 this season and has won 2 feature races this season, both at the Red Bull Ring and in Silverstone. And on top of that, he's an American, and F1 we know is exploding in America. Having an American driver on the grid would be absolute wonders, especially to potential new sponsors that want to join the team and align themselves with F1's maybe only American driver on the grid in 2023.